Good morning, Flosstube. It's Julie, the Gulf Coast Stitcher. Today is Friday, December 7th, and I'm back for a quick update. This will be pretty quick today because today it's just a really full day for us. It's Pearl Harbor Day, so Sarah, as the commanding officer of the NJROTC, has a ceremony that I'm going to attend today. And I have to be there at 10:30, and it's like 9:40, something like that. So this will be quick. I've done a ton of stitching and a ton of crocheting, but I can't really show you much of that because, like most procrastinators out there in the crafting world, I'm frantically working on gifts. So I'll show you what I can show you. Let's see, this I just put a few stitches in because really, I've actually started and finished a couple of small gift projects that I can't share, and the crocheting is going great. So this is from LaDonna Snellbaker. This is Sampling of Memories. This is the cutest little chart. I'll show you a picture of the chart in a minute, but I think it says I want to bake stuff, watch Christmas movies, and stitch all day. So I have to do the rest of the words and the other gingerbread man. I'm doing the gingerbread man and Weeks Pecan, and I had to wait to get that back. The other colors are unidentified Victorian motto freebies that came with some of her flosses I bought a while back. So that is, I'll show you the photo. You can find this on her Etsy shop, Sampling of Memories, and that's, again, by LaDonna Snellbaker. Now, in the photo, the word Christmas is red, but in the chart it's all green, and I'm sticking with all green. So, that's how it'll look like when it's done. So, I've been working on that. I think I did that while I was watching some live PD. I popped some words in. I was waiting on the pecan. I didn't want to start the gingerbread man and then have a different dye lot and have all that. I recently have become obsessed with the Alessandra Adelaide trees. I have a bunch to show you today in the shop haul. I was hunting this forever in a day, and I actually found it on a distributor's website and it was spelt wrong. So, it was there all along. It just wasn't spelled properly, or it wasn't spelled as it is on the chart. So, this is a reprint. The original printing of this is done with like an olive green colored tree on white. I'm doing it similar to this, but not exactly the same, because if you remember my last video, I did some packages. I put together some packages for the shop of the DMC color variations. Well, this is stitched entirely in a DMC color variation way. And actually, if I'm being honest, I thought I was using the right one and I'm using a darker one, but I kind of like it better. So I will show you that. This is the one that I'm using, which is 4122. So it has a lot brighter. This one, I should have brought it out to show you to compare. This has a lot of pastel, like buttery yellow in it. And where this one has buttery yellow, this has more of a bright orange contrasted with a brown, as you can see there. That's pretty true. So it's still going to be awesome. I still have some of those color variations on the shop site. I have them in packs of 18. I just ordered another 10 because I was really impressed with them. Most of the overdyed floss we buy is DMC anyway. But I really liked the quality. I liked the variegation for what I'm doing for a few projects, which will be a lot of these trees. It's perfect, really. Because sometimes when you buy hand-dyed variegated flosses, it takes a long time to reach the variegation, and that's not the case with these DMCs. So forgive the wrinkliness. I'm stitching this in. I had it in the Q-snap for a while, then I went in hand because I can sew so much faster. So. Let me turn this down a little bit. This is that center swirly gig right there, which is right here. So I think this is just going to be totally cool when it's all. It's going to look so autumnal and I've got a long way to go. This is just one night's worth of stitching on it, but it was cool to use this DMC variegated and feel like I was getting a bunch of color changes without having to change the floss on the needle. So, working on that. That's a forever and a day project, I'm sure, but you know, it was nice. Like I said, I'm doing it on 16 count black Aida, and I could just zip right through that in hand. It's a big piece to stitch in hand, which is bigger than what I normally do. I did have it in the Q-snap, like I said, and I was doing it two-handed, which was fine. But the trouble that I have with that is because I've had elbow surgery and because my my right shoulders are a little compromised from those elbow surgeries, from compensating, reaching out on that stand, if I'm going to stitch for any length of time, is not as comfortable for me as keeping my work close to me. And I think, I know that, Liz from Country Stitchers has talked about with her issues, her medical back issues and stuff, that keeping it closer is more comfortable. I completely agree. So that's Madre Terra. Few stitches in that. I have done a lot of stitching. I just can't show you because there are eyes a watching that are going to be getting gifts. So that's it on the stuff I can share. I have started and finished 2 small projects, and I've got 2 crochet projects going. Tilt this back up now. I didn't get any haul this week other than my monthly Silks for You. I'm in their Silk of the Month club. Excuse me. This is for November. So I'll show you these. They're all in a similar colorway. That's very true to how they are. They're not quite as, they're showing up a little pinker than they actually are. They're a little bit more plum. But I love them. As I show you more of these trees, I think that they'll suit some of these Alessandra Adelaide trees. I'm so random in my style and things I like. I know I keep promising to do a D-stash, y'all. I've got to. I have probably 5 or 6 totes in, not big totes, but like small storage container totes on my desk in my bedroom, and everything in there I just love and adore. And then I go back through it and I say, I'm not going to stitch that. I love it, but I'm not going to stitch it. So I keep promising that. Maybe when we get past the holidays, they're coming on us so fast and so furious. I will probably, I've discussed this before, I will probably list them first in my Facebook group, which is not typically a buy and sell group, but I kind of feel like my Facebook group friends and family we're kind of a closer knit bunch. So I think I'll give them first shot before I go on a live sale or do something else. But yeah, I have a laundry basket that I keep putting things in and saying, oh, I can get rid of this. I can get rid of this. The laundry basket's getting full. So that I already know what an undertaking that's going to be. But the good news is somebody out there will benefit from it, right? The other thing I wanted to share is not stitchy related, but it's a product that I'm totally into. So in Florida, we don't run the heat a whole lot, but when we do, we literally just dry up like, we just dry up like, we shrivel like a raisin, because we're accustomed to living at sea level and in 90+% humidity, and then you turn a heater on us and it's like instant dry out. And I love lipsticks. I'm not a big chapstick fan normally. However, when I had surgery a few years ago, the surgeon's office said in my bag to pack to come to the hospital to make sure I brought the chapstick Total Hydration, because it's petroleum free. And when you are on oxygen in the hospital, petroleum can actually be a fire hazard. So I was cool with that. I was excited to know, okay, it's petroleum free. Anyway, so I've used chapstick Total Hydration here and there. This one though, these are so cool. So I have 4 of them here. These are chapstick Total Hydration Moisture and Tint. So I'm wearing Hello Bordeaux. It looks super dark. Totally is not. See, it looks crazy dark, but it's just a nice like tint. There is Pink Nude, Rose Petal. I love this one too. And House Red is the one I probably wear the most. These are $4 at the grocery store or Target or wherever your lips are moisturized. They don't have a funky smell, a funky taste. If you feel like you need a little color, because I am so fair, I'm the fairest of the fair. Like, if there's a foundation color or anything like that, I'm 0 or 001. Or in Lancome, I'm 100 or 110. It's crazy. Really, really fair. Like, very fair. And I spend a great deal of time outside on the boat and stuff, but I'm still fair. So sometimes, I just want a little pop of color so I don't look like, that I look like I still have some circulation in me. These are awesome. Like I said, non-sticky, super moisturizing, super cheap, no weird flavor or smells. Love them. So those are great. Great stocking stuffer idea. I thought I'd share that with you guys. And now I'm going to go right into shop news. If you're on my mailing list, which I hope you are, you'll know that I have enhanced my clearance section. I have a lot of charts. My shop is run out of my home, primarily in my kitchen dining room. And I've limited myself, discussed it with my family, and I'm like, okay, if I can't fit it into this much room, then we need to move stuff out before I get, more stuff in. The trouble is that there's always new stuff coming in, and I'm always discovering new to me older charts that I think that you'll love, and you usually do. So it's just time for a clean out. Before we know it, we're going to be heading to market. I will be joined by 3 lovely women in my life who will be there to help me navigate my first Nashville needlework market. And we've got to have room to bring all the stuff back to. Speaking of needlework market, I'm not someone who typically does pre-orders because the few times I have, with very few exceptions, the suppliers have dropped the ball, which makes me feel like I'm not delivering the best service I could. I cannot stand to join a stitch along or to buy a bundle pack from a retailer and have to wait for a month to get it. I don't like that. That's one of the reasons I got into the business. I just prefer to shop on somebody's site and see that something is in stock and buy it and have it shipped to me the next day or the day after that. That's how I like things to be as a customer. That's how I try to do it for you. With few exceptions. Hands Across the Sea, I do pre-orders on those because there's not a ton of retailers in the U.S. that carry Hands Across the Sea, and they sell out like super fast. And that way I can kind of gauge, when I do a pre-order, I can kind of gauge how many that I need to request from Nicola Parkman. Speaking of which, those all ship to me on Tuesday. They should be here no later, I would say, than this upcoming Tuesday, remembering that they do come from Great Britain. So those should be here, and all of you who have done the pre-orders on Mary Clayton and Harriet Hartland, those will ship to you as soon as they get to my house. I already have your packages ready, just waiting to stuff them and send them. So, clearance. Most things are anywhere from 10 to 40% off. Check back daily because I change the prices, I add certain things, I find more things as I'm organizing the shop area in my kitchen. I have an entire cardboard box that I have gone through that I have found random one-offs or stuff I pulled to show. A lot of times I pull things and put them in like a show folder like this, and then that folder makes its way into a different box, and the next thing you know, those don't get counted into inventory, and then they're still hanging around. So I'm definitely not OCD or extremely organized when it comes to that. I am when I need to be in certain things, but I could definitely use a little help in that area. So I have a tendency to just make a separate box. Just put it all over here, and then it'll either, I'm going to either destash some. I've got a box for my personal destash, and then I have a box for stuff that I need to put in clearance on the shop. So check back daily. Check back frequently. If you went through all the pages on the clearance and you bought everything you want, there could be more stuff there the next time you look. In fact, there probably will be, because I really need I need to get rid of a couple hundred charts at least. So yeah, and you know, it'll be to your benefit. Remember always too with the shop, if you spend over $150 within the United States, shipping is always free, and it always comes priority 2-day mail. So just remember that when you're shopping. I do free shipping, coupons, codes occasionally, but $150 applies always, all the time. It's defaulted into my system, so, you know, don't worry about that. Okay, let me show you a few things because I got to get on the road and get out of here. Let's see. Yeah, so I'm not doing too bad on time. I got to get up to the school pretty soon. Okay, a couple of these items are not listed yet. They are not listed. So please don't send me a message and say, hey, I couldn't find this chart. They will be listed when I get back. By the time this uploads and I get back from the Pearl Harbor Day, I will list them then. So they will be listed today. So just continue to check back. If there's something you're looking for you see here and you don't see it on the shop site, don't panic. And no need to message me. Just check back. It'll be there. Because I wanted to get this video up so that you guys... so that it'll have time to make its way to your feed, and then I will get everything uploaded. I would say there's only 3 or 4 charts that are not on the shop site yet, this being one of them. This is an older Brenda Gervais. This is the Christmas bird. This is from, I don't see the year, I don't want to open it. That's the Christmas bird. Certainly don't have to do it on black. I can just imagine 1,000 colorways that this would be fantastic, but I love it. Love, love, love it. Christmas row. It's a Benton Creek. We love the rose. How cute is this with the popcorn? Ah, love that. This was a unicorn of mine, and it's a reprint, so it's paper, but who cares? I still read paper the same way as I do cardstock. This is Christmas Tree Farm. How stinking cute is that? I mainly love it because this looks like a Volkswagen Beetle to me. Amy loves toads. I'm a VW owner myself, although I have a Jetta. It doesn't look like a truck or a station wagon. It looks like a Beetle, and I love that. But there is a little truck over here. So I love how this looks like salt box houses. Love that. With that needle and thread, Brenda Gervais, Field Mouse Hollow. So cute. So some of y'all have asked me about Brenda Gervais and, you know, when are you going to get this and when are you going to get that? I will say that it's very difficult to get on pre-order with her unless you are in front of her at market, which I will be this year. So right now I have to wait till they get to the distributor, which they always do. But it takes 6 or 8 weeks after they release before I can get them. So, like, I was just able to get this one, which I know came out in October. But they eventually make their way to me. And as soon as we get past market, we won't have to worry about that. I'll have them faster. Have a couple of these in stock again. Y'all know I stitched this if you follow me on Instagram or any social media. And Farm Girl stitched it. We have a stitch along in the Midwest Cross Stitchers group. I am an admin for the Midwest Cross Stitchers group, and occasionally I have to deny people because they don't answer the questions. So there are some security questions on there. I think it's who's your favorite designer. There's a few security questions, and so many times people just don't answer them, and we need you to answer those for approval to the group. So if you have tried to get into that Facebook group and are like, why am I not a member yet? Make sure you answer the questions. Cottage Garden Series. Look at this. Summer Bliss. Look how pretty that is. There's a lot of colors on this. I wasn't a fan of this initially, but once I saw it in person and really got to look at it, you can't really tell in the picture. This is Country Cottage Needleworks Happy Holidays. I don't know if y'all can tell, but when I first see this pop up on the website, I think, oh, it's just a black border and says Happy Holidays. But it's actually buffalo check, and then there are snowflakes. So I'm thinking, for me personally, it's a fabric choice that I probably wouldn't have went with just because it kind of washes out, especially in the photo. But I bought a piece of brash from Linda Jo, and I think that I'm going to do this on brash, and it will be amazing because the snowflakes will pop so much. So that's happening. Put that in my to be done pile. Glitter House. This is Glitter House 2, the pink one. Catherine, if you don't have this, you need it. Love it. Sugar and Spice. Now look at these girls. How cute are they? Love. This one used brandied pears for the gingerbread. Like I said, I used pecan on my little gingerbread men. This is Basket Full of Wintertime. So cute. Brenda Gervais. Winter in Baltimore. Now, I know y'all have probably heard Farm Girl talk about she did the autumn one of these and she stitched it over one, and she did it for the Smalls Exchange at Midwest, and it was fantastic. I mean, I immediately was like, I want to do that. I don't want to stitch anything over one. I've been watching Julie McConnell. Hold please. I've watched some of Julie McConnell's videos. Hey, Julie. She's got a Dan. I'm a Julie with a Dan. I think that's kind of cool. She has stitched a few things on 25 count over one. So I'm going to try that. I ordered some from Yarn Tree, and let's see how that goes. I don't really have an interest in doing like 32 count over one or anything. I think it's so cool to see how teeny tiny it gets. But I'm going to try 25 count. This was stitched on 28 over one on the model. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try 25 and feel better about it. Michelle Rudy, I don't know if you have this or not, but we need to stitch this. Christmas Tide at Holly House. Forgive me if you have stitched it and I just don't know that, but I love the brickwork on this. Love it. Farmstead Christmas, Plum Street Samplers, 2012. Look at this. So y'all know Priscilla did this, and then we couldn't find it forever. Well, it's back. I have several copies, and they do come with a little pack of embellishments. I don't want to show you the chart, but they have a little pack of beads. A little pack of beads and a star. She changed the colors. I love how she did it. She's really got an eye for color. She just knows what matches her decor well, and she just works that into her cross stitch, and I love that. I need to be braver with that. This is an oldie but a goodie, and I adore it. Warm Winter Woolens. Brandied pears again. Toasted marshmallow. If you're in the Floss of the Month Club, odds are you got toasted marshmallow this time around. And Bing Cherry. My Floss of the Month Club is doing great. Not everybody gets the same colors because that's how it goes, right? Random selection. Heartstring Sampleries Christmas Band Sampler. I want to do this. I love letters. I love these style of letters. This only has mulberry, pomegranate, caramel corn, and endive, dirt road, and bullfrog. So 5 colors. That's beautiful. Putting that on my list to do. Lottie Da, Merry Christmas Angel. This is so cool. 58 by 238. So it's a little bigger than it appears. But that's cool. And I know there's a Liberty Angel. There's probably a few more. Love, love, love it. 1831 Christmas. So stinking cute. Love that. I have reindeer, the reindeer feed sack. I showed it last week. I'm not going to show it again. This is the sheep feed sack. Hawk Run Hollow Farms sheep feed sack. There's instructions on how to finish this into a bag. I love it. It's only black and white, and you just pick your color. What does it say? What color was used? It was stitched on 30 count Havana. I think I'm going to stitch this on Christmas in is it Christmas in Williamsburg? I just got a really cool hand-dyed one in. I thought that would be cool on it. Love it. Abby Rose Designs. Now, I have so many of her Christmas charts, and I don't think I've put them all in the shop because they seem to have worked their way into different spots in my house. But I love this. I probably will change this house color to match our house color a little bit more. Maybe do some white on it. I don't know. I love it. Love it. This is Farmhouse Christmas by Abby Rose. 2 separate charts. So cute. And now we're to the trees. The trees are not listed on the website yet. They will be this afternoon. Do not fear. These, I just haven't had time because I have to go find the images and then get those uploaded to the site. But I'm going to flip through them real quick. This is, I don't even know how to say this, Albero de Dubai. I don't know. The cool thing about these Androsada Adelaide charts is that they're individually numbered, which I think is so cool. You can do whatever color you want. I can tell you that I've seen these done in models. Stitchville has several of them, and none of them are in the colors that are on the chart. And, I mean, your imagination is endless, however you want to put these together. Look at this one. They're in Italian, so I'm not going to butcher it. But look at the hearts. The charts are so easy to read. Here's the Madre Terra. Pretty sure that means Mother Earth in Italian. If it's anything like Spanish, it does. This one I'm going to do. I think this is so cool. I'm going to do this. This would be a great wedding sampler or just a love sampler. So as you can see, it's 2 trees side by side, intertwined. And what you can't see is it's done in coral, navy, peach, and baby blue. So what you can't see is the parts that the coral and the navy overlap. They kind of blend the colors. Symbolic, I'm sure. But I think that is so amazing. These aren't my style at all, but I love them. I'm not even going to show you this one because I'm gifting one of those to Robbie tomorrow, and I don't want her to see it because she'll know it's for her automatically. And this is, this comes with an alphabet and numbers so that you can personalize it. Again, if you have the vision enough to see past the photos, this would be amazing on like slate with like one of these color silks. Oh, I would love it. And you don't have to do a monotone or monochromatically. You can always do the branches in an earth tone and then go crazy. Use some of those crazy variegated flosses that you get in clubs or that you get, when someone sends them to you, like Silks for You. Wonderful silks. I love these. Sometimes you get some that are so like crazy color variegated and you're like, what in the world would I ever stitch something that's like, for me, with my normally primitive farmhouse type of taste, when would I stitch something that's like peach and yellow and teal? That would be amazing for the leaves on something like that. And you can still kind of prim it up a little bit with the trunk and with a nice frame and with a neutral fabric. So possibilities are endless. Anyway, that's it for me for today. Like I said, the couple of the Brenda Gervais and the trees will be uploaded shortly. Floss Club, the only other news I have, and I'm not ready to tell you when it's going to happen, but I will tell you that if you're in Floss Club, that 2019 is going to be awesome because in addition to Classic Colorworks Weeks and Gentle Arts, we are going to have some we're going to just call them guest dyers. So there's going to be a few other floss companies that you may have heard of and you may be interested in trying that are going to be included randomly throughout the year in the club selections. So that's super exciting. So I'm excited to tell you that. I've already ironed out the kinks with 2 dyers and we're waiting to find out from a 3rd one, and that'll just enhance your stash. You'll still get all the other good ones too, don't worry. But that's exciting. So I have had several spots As people have dropped out, holiday time, I get it. I get that now is not the time to really enhance your stash as much as it is to make sure you extend giving to others. But we're still pretty full. So if you're interested in Floss Club, reach out to me. I haven't opened it up again yet for the first of the year because I'm kind of waiting to see how that's going to go. We have a good, comfortable amount of people in the group now. However, like I said, occasionally I do get people that say, hey, I need to cut back. It's gift giving time, not giving to myself time. I get that 100%. So those spots do pop up. Yeah, so that's it. What am I watching on TV? I just thought, I don't know why that's popped into my head. Mindhunter, fantastic if you're into forensics. It's really, really good. We're also watching all of the Christmas stuff that's on TV, the Great American Light Fight. We watched the baking challenge last night, so all the holiday things. It's that time of year. We love all of that. We started Orange is the New Black back from the beginning, so we're almost into season 3 with that. That's about it. So y'all have a blessed weekend. It is that crunch time when we're all so busy and running around like crazy. Be safe, be careful, be kind to each other. And I love y'all. I'll see you soon. Bye.